Hello everyone, CM Freeze here, and I recently made a video where I decided to rank every single Call of Duty Zombies map. And I was very happy with that video. I put a lot of time and effort into it, and a lot of people watched it. And if you did watch it, I greatly appreciate it. However, when I was looking at the comments to that video, about half of the comments told me that I did a very good job with the video and I had a very good list. On the other hand, about half the comments actually completely shafted me for where I ranked some of the Black Ops 4 maps. A lot of people in that video were saying that my Black Ops 4 map rankings were absolutely bogus and garbage, and I was shafting a lot of the Black Ops 4 maps. This really got me thinking, is Black Ops 4 as bad as I remember it to be, or was I too harsh on the Black Ops 4 maps? Was Black Ops 4 deserving of higher rankings in my Zombies tier list videos? So with that in mind, I decided to go back and I replayed all the Black Ops 4 maps again, even though I already had to play it for the Zombies map ranking. I went back and replayed all of them, and I did a little bit of digging and research and just remembering exactly what happened back in 2018 when Call of Duty Black Ops 4 came out. So after doing all my research and just remembering exactly how the game was when it came out and all these memories coming back to me, in 2018, when Call of Duty Black Ops 4 came out, Zombies was an absolute mess. Zombies was a complete mess when the game came out, which makes me have a theory, and I could be completely wrong on this, so just let me know if you agree with this theory or not, and just listen to the video, and just let me know if you agree or not. I think that the hardcore Zombies fans, like me, I'm someone who played, my first game was Black Ops 1, I played Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, World at War. I played World at War after I started with Black Ops 1. And then I immediately played Black Ops 4 as soon as it came out. I ended up really disliking it because of its terrible launch and just some of the absolutely boneheaded decisions that either Treyarch or Activision decided to make for the game. There was some brutal decisions that Treyarch and Activision decided to make for that game that completely just destroyed the game at launch. But I think the people that really like Black Ops 4 are people that maybe didn't play it right when the game came out, or who could be hardcore fans now, but didn't start with Black Ops 1, and they maybe started with Black Ops 3, or maybe even Black Ops 4 was their first game. Because Black Ops 4, you're right, when I go back and play the maps now, the maps are better than I remember. The maps are better now. However, the absolute brutal launch that Black Ops 4 had, and just some of the absolutely dumb decisions that they made, I just can't ignore. In this video, I'm going to split it up into two parts. I'm first going to go over these terrible decisions that Treyarch made. They had some really bad narrative and really bad gameplay decisions that just completely destroyed the game. And then I'll individually go over the maps and talk about why I decided to rank each map exactly how I rank them. This is why is Call of Duty Black Ops 4 so bad for the most part. What were these decisions that Treyarch or Activision made with Black Ops 4 when it came out on October 12th, 2018, that completely just ruined the game from the start? Very first thing I'd like to talk about is the narrative decision that they decided to go with Zombies. Zombies has always been a game that has been very heavy with the lore and very heavy with the storytelling. The storytelling in Call of Duty Zombies has been phenomenal with our main cast of characters and side characters along the way. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 was just coming off the high of Black Ops 3, the absolute peak of Black Ops 3, where I have a theory, right? And I've seen other YouTubers like Mr. T-Lexify have this theory too, which I completely agree with this. Revelations was never supposed to exist. Revelations was supposed to be the Great War map, and that was supposed to be the end of the Aether storyline. The Aether storyline was supposed to die with Black Ops 3 and end right then and there. However, Treyarch or Activision decided to drag it out one more game. They decided to drag out the storyline to Call of Duty Black Ops 4 for whatever reason, right? Look at a show like Breaking Bad. It ended after 5 seasons. It could have gone on for longer, but it ended when it needed to. Some of the best shows and best narratives of all time end when they're at their high. They don't drag it out and then end when it stops gaining in popularity, which is basically what Treyarch did with going to Black Ops 3 to Black Ops 4. The Great War map should have happened in Black Ops 3. We never should have had Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 should have just been the Chaos storyline. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 had 8 games. 4 maps were the Aether storyline with our old crew that we know and love, Richtofen, Nikolai, Dempsey, and Takio, and then the all-new Chaos storyline with the all-new cast of characters. Black Ops 4 should have just been the Chaos storyline. It should have just been the Chaos storyline. There shouldn't have been any Aether storyline, because the Chaos storyline was doomed to fail from the start with how Treyarch set this up. At launch, there were 4 maps, 2 Chaos maps and 2 Aether maps. We had Voyage of Despair and 9 for the Chaos maps, and we had Blood of the Dead and Classified for the Aether story maps. Immediately when the game came out, you have now divided the zombies community. We don't know which direction we're supposed to go to, and the zombies community is a massive community, and it's so close together. You have so many YouTubers that bring together the entire zombies community, and we're all so close and intertwined. And right off the rip, after coming off the high of Black Ops 3 and the community's at the strongest it's ever been, Treyarch decided to split up the community. Half of us are now focused on the Aether storyline, half of us are focused on the Chaos storyline, and we don't really know which one we should put our focus on. Treyarch, instead of putting 100% of focus on one storyline, decided to put 50% of the focus on one storyline and 50% of the focus on the other storyline. And then it came out with DLC 1 and 2, which was Chaos, and DLC 3 and 4, which was Aether. When the Chaos storyline came out, when the first map came out and it wasn't Aether, I remember fans being pissed. No one could give a fuck about the Chaos storyline. Everyone just wanted Aether. You gave the Chaos storyline no chance when you put it up next to the Aether storyline. We have been following these characters for the last 10 years, and you expect us to care about these brand new characters that we haven't even met the same as the Aether storyline? You have doomed the Chaos storyline to fail. If Treyarch really wanted to do this 4-map bullshit, they should have had all 4 maps at launch be the Aether storyline and concluded it, and then have every single DLC map be Chaos, and we can start with this new storyline as the game progresses. Or vice versa. If you really wanted to do all 4 Chaos at spawn, give us the Chaos storyline, and then give us Aether as DLC. They should have done 4 and 4, instead they decided to split up the community, and that narrative decision alone just instantly killed the Chaos storyline. And then they did the same exact thing. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the show Invincible, but what Invincible did is after Season 1 came out, everyone was super hyped for Season 2, and then they decided to split Season 2 up into 2 parts. They dropped the first part of Season 2, then waited a couple of months, and then dropped the second part of Season 2, and by the time that they had waited, no one could have given a shit that Season 2 Part 2 was coming out because they let all the hype die. That's exactly what Treyarch did with the Aether storyline. They released the first 2 maps, Blood of the Dead and Classified, after we hadn't gotten any zombies content in the last 3 years since 2 years with Black Ops 3 with Revelations. Then you wait 6 months after dropping Classified until you drop Alpha Omega. By then, the fans had already stopped giving a crap. Maybe some fans still cared a little bit, but we had to wait 6 months to get the conclusion of a game that had already been dragged out 3 years and should have ended with Black Ops 3. They kept on waiting and waiting and waiting, and they just killed the hype for it. They killed the hype for the game. And with the Chaos storyline as well, after Ancient Evil came out, that's when people actually started caring about the story. I remember Ancient Evil came out, and people were like, holy crap, I actually care about the Chaos storyline now. I want some more Chaos story. Nope, that's it. Chaos storyline's done. We've never gotten another Chaos storyline. They killed it right then and there. Finally, when the game finally started getting hype, they'd already made the decision that they were going to go do Aether story more and just killed the Chaos story. So they killed the Aether story and they killed the Chaos story with how they handled the game narratively and how they decided to drop the games in the order that they dropped them in. All the hype for the story, all this hype that we've been saving up for the last 3 years since Black Ops 3, dead. Just like that, because Treyarch was boneheaded decisions in how they decided to release the game. Now that we've gone over how Treyarch just screwed over the game narratively, and gave the Chaos story and the Aether story basically no shot at succeeding, we can now talk about the gameplay mistakes that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 decided to make. Elephant in the room, the perk system. Who asked for the perk system to change? Absolutely nobody. But Jason Blundell, he decided that, hey, I don't like crutch perks. Every single game, every single person is getting Jug, Double Tap, Speed Cola, maybe Stamina Up or Widow's Wine or PhD depending on what game you're playing. Everyone's running the same 3 or 4 perks. You know what? I don't disagree with that. Yeah, I'm typically running the same 4 or 5 perks variations every single game. I never once had an issue with that though. I never once thought to myself, man, I hate that I have to run Jug every single game. That's something that's just never popped into my mind. If anything, I'm happy progressing through the game and getting Jug because it feels like a safe haven to me. Oh, I'm now better. I now get 2 more hits. I feel safer. I've loved Jug. I never once thought to myself, we need to get rid of crutch perks. But you know what? Okay, we get rid of crutch perks here. So, how do you decide to fix the crutch perk system, Jason? Well, what he decides to do is he decides to make a bunch of new perks, get rid of the crutch perks, and then only allow you to bring in 4 perks off spawn. So in total, I think there's about 18 perks, but they didn't bring in all the perks at the beginning because some perks were DLC perks. So you had about 12 perks at spawn. You can choose which 4 perks you wanted to bring into your game, and then bring those 4 perks into your game. No more Jug, no more Double Tap, no more Speed Cola. Those 3 crutch perks are gone. They decided to keep PhD, Stamina Up, and Quick Revive, but the crutch perks are gone. Only they aren't gone because there still are crutch perks. Dying Wish is a perk that literally every single person runs. Go find me a game where someone isn't running Dying Wish. Dying Wish is the most broken perk in the game. If you have 12 perks, there's obviously going to be a best perk. People are going to find the best 4 perks. You can't just get rid of 3 perks and then say, oh, no more crutch perks. No, there's still crutch perks. I would say there's probably 6 perks that are almost on every single person's loadout. Everyone's running Dying Wish, Stamina Up, Quick Revive, and then find something else in their tonic slot. For me personally, I ran Winter's Wail basically every single time in my tonic slot. Sometimes if people are camping, they'll run Stone Cold Stronghold, but basically the same 6 perks are getting run every single damn time. You didn't fix the crutch perk system. Speaking of the crutch perks are still in the game, by the way. Speed Cola you get now by having all 4 perks, which is the only one that I'm okay with that. That's fine, whatever. After I get all 4 perks, I get Speed Cola. But then, their Double Tap and Juggernaut replacements make no fucking sense. Absolute moronic. With Jug, you now just spawn in with 200 health. You just spawn in with 200 health, which I'll go over that in a second. And then Double Tap, you literally have to pack a punch your gun 5 extra times. So now, Double Tap costs 8,000 points extra. Double Tap's still in the game, you just now have to pack a punch your gun 5 times to get it. Oh my gosh, what an improvement, right? Everyone asked for that instead of just Double Tap. The perk system now only limits you to 4 perks a game. You're screwed. If midway through you decide that you want new perks, or if you try out a perk for the first time and you think it's garbage, guess what? You can't change it. You're stuck with that perk until the end of the game. You are only limited to these 4 perks. So by getting rid of quote-unquote crutch perks, you've now limited the perk selection of the player. There's also no Wonder Fizz. In Black Ops 3 and in later games like Cold War, there's always a Wonder Fizz. In this game, I guess there's the perk that gives you a random perk, which is kind of like Wonder Fizz, but it costs you a perk slot to do it. So if you do want to run a Wonder Fizz in your game, it's going to cost you a perk slot. Nothing was wrong with the old perk system of Black Ops 3. No clue what they decided to do with this new perk system. At least they fixed it in Cold War, which I think Cold War has the best perk system. We got the worst perk system in Black Ops 4. Outside of the perks, another gameplay decision that just makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever is how strong you are at spawn. Instead of having to work towards a specialist weapon, like you did in Black Ops 3, one of the most fun things to do, getting the Ragnaroks, getting the Dragon's Fist, getting the Skull of Nunsopway. All of those things were really damn fun challenges to do, which were very rewarding because they gave you an overpowered specialist weapon. Now in Black Ops 4, you just spawn in with that overpowered specialist weapon. Literally just spawn in with it. I like the leveling up system. I think that's cool how when you use it, you can level it up to a 2nd degree and a 3rd degree, but don't give me the specialist weapon off rip. I'm even fine with you getting to choose between the 4 specialist weapons, but just make me have to do something for it. Make it be like an armor station in Cold War or something like that, or anything. Make it just be like when I turn on power, I get it, or make it just be like its own perk machine, like you have to spend 5k points for it. Anything. I would be fine with anything. Just maybe make me do a challenge in the game to do it. If you wanted to be really creative, every single map could have its unique challenge, and once you activate it, that's when you get your specialist weapon. It's like behind a door or something. So many things would have been so much better instead of, here's your specialist weapon off spawn. If you go down before round 10 in Black Ops 4, you are truly terrible at the game. I am so sorry. You literally get 200 health at spawn. They got rid of Jug, but now you have 200 health on spawn. If you play a solo game, you don't have to go buy quick revive. You already spawn in with free revives. You spawn in with free revives. You spawn in with 200 health. You spawn in with a specialist weapon. You also, guess what? You don't even spawn in with a starting pistol. You can literally spawn in with a MOG shotgun or an SMG if you want. There's no sense of progression in this game. You literally spawn in and you're already overpowered. Literally the only things you can now do is get perks and pack-a-punch, which I guess that's how it was in Bare Bones COD. But in Bare Bones COD, you at least only had a starting pistol. In this game, you have all this overpowered shit, and it completely kills the sense of progression. I don't feel accomplished getting to round 15 like I used to do. Like in the original game, like in Black Ops 1 and 5, that shit was difficult to get to round 20. Now in Classified, if you don't get to round 20 in your game, what are you doing? What are you doing? Those are the two biggest issues that I have with the gameplay for Black Ops 4. That the perk system sucks, and that you just spawn in way too overpowered. There's also a couple of minor things as well. For example, the elixirs and the talismans just suck. I couldn't give a crap about them. Gobblegums are so much better than this. At least with Gobblegums, whatever Gobblegum you got was random, and you also had to spend 500 points on it. Now it's free, at least the first one for each round is free, but it wasn't as overpowered because you had that dopamine. It's like, oh, I really hope I get this this Gobblegum, and you had to spend for it, and it was random. Now with the elixirs, you can just spawn in whatever random one you want. You can pick and choose. Oh, here's the elixir I want. Again, just another broken mechanic you can have. You can literally just spawn in with an OP elixir off spawn. The last minor thing I'd like to talk about itself is the guns. I don't know if it's just me, but I just feel like the guns are so bland and so boring in this Black Ops 4 game. And I'm typically always just using the Wonder Weapon or the Specialist Weapon in the game. Like, I think of Black Ops 3, right? And there are some OP guns that could go hand in hand with the Wonder Weapon. The Dingo was broken. The Drakon was broken. All the shotguns, Brecci, Haymaker, and the KRM were all incredibly good against Specialist zombies. There were some good guns that you can get from the box that can compete with the Wonder Weapon. In Black Ops 2, I think of the Executioner. I think of the Galil and how good that was. I think of the Commando. I think of the LMGs in that game. Really good guns in that game that could go hand in hand with your Wonder Weapon. In Black Ops 4, it didn't even really matter what your bullet weapon was. I'm always running the Wonder Weapon. Whenever I'm playing Voyage, I'm always running the Kraken. Whenever I'm playing Mob of the Dead, I'm always getting the Magma Gat. Whenever I'm playing Ancient Evil even, I'm always getting a Gauntlet. You know, it's just almost every single map, it seems like you get a Wonder Weapon and then just a random gun for your second gun, and it doesn't really matter, and you aren't even using it that much because whenever you get your Specialist Weapon fully charged, you just instantly pop that. Maybe there are a couple of good wall weapons that are really broken. I know when the MOG 12 came out, the shotgun, originally that was super broken. Back when Black Ops 4 first came out, I was constantly using that shotgun. Pretty much all of us were. That shotgun was broken as hell, and then they decided to nerf it. Of course they decided to nerf it. Instead of making the other guns better, Treyarch and Activision decided to nerf the one gun that was actually really fun and exciting to use, nerfed it to the ground, so now all the guns feel the same, instead of just buffing the other weapons and making the other weapons feel fun to use. There's no gun that I get in Black Ops 4, I'm like, yes, I got this gun, I'm really happy now. Not a single gun that actually I give a crap about. I'll just pick up a random AR or a random LMG, and that's just what I'll use for the round. So now that we've gone over exactly why Black Ops 4 failed at the launch and just the bad decisions with the game itself, let's go over the maps. Can the maps redeem Black Ops 4? Because we've determined that narratively, Black Ops 4 just killed its narrative, and gameplay-wise, it changed some things from Black Ops 3 that didn't need changing at all and made it worse, the gameplay. So, let's now go over the maps. First map is Voyage of Despair, one of the worst maps of all time. I absolutely hate this map. I despise this map. This map sucks. When Voyage of Despair came out for the Chaos storyline, this was the map that Treyarch was promoting and marketing, not 9. 9 also did get a trailer, yes, but everyone was talking about Voyage. A map on the Titanic. That is badass. The first map in the Chaos storyline, the map that's supposed to get you hooked. Garbage. Absolute garbage. The Easter egg is the worst Easter egg of all time. I absolutely hate that Easter egg. Screw that Easter egg. Worst Easter egg of all time. What an absolute mess. That just makes no damn sense. I'm on the Titanic. I gotta shoot 9 damn planets. Awesome. Great. I just love the Titanic. You think they could have done something with the Titanic sinking? No, not at all. There's like some elements to it, but why couldn't you like save the Titanic from sinking? Why is there a giant eye monster that you have to fight? An eye. Why am I fighting an eye when I'm on the Titanic? Whatever, okay? I'll look past the Easter egg. The map itself sucks. The map itself, you're basically camping at the end of the ship. The middle of the ship, 80% of the map, the middle of the ship, you only ever go there for the perks. If you go there, it's a death sentence. It's basically a one-way street with a bunch of zombies coming after you. It is so poorly laid out, where you're only camping at the end of the ships. Go watch any Voyage of Despair high round gameplay. They're either camping at the end of the ships or they're camping at the bottom of the stairway. That's it. That's all you can really do, is just train at the end of the ships or camp at the bottom of the stairway with the Kraken. The map itself just sucks. It's just not fun at all. They could have done so much more with the Titanic, and they just didn't. Ooh, I get to fix the water one time when it's rising. I guess one of the Easter egg steps is you have to fill up a room with water, which is kind of like it, just so disappointing of a map. Also, literally going back and replaying it, the Stoker, one of the worst boss zombies of all time. So many of them spawn in. You literally get like 3 Stokers a round from starting on round 12, and they literally drop nothing. They don't give you a reward. Give you no reward when they die, and there's so many damn Stokers that spawn in. I absolutely hate these guys. However, after Voyage of Despair, we get 9. One of the best maps of all time. I rated this map in the top 10, and I completely, wholeheartedly agree with this. 9 is an absolute masterpiece. And like I said in my video, I'll say it again here, I think 9 is truly the only map that takes advantage of the new 4 system perks. Because how 9 is laid out is you have your giant spawn, which is an amazing spawn, and then you have 4 rooms surrounding it. Each room is tied up with a god, which is tied up to the perk. The perks actually make sense in this map, and it's the only map that I think actually takes advantage of the new perk system. In every single map, the perks are just randomly scattered out, and you have to go find them. This map truly takes advantage of the perk system and actually uses it how it was intended to be used. The map itself is gorgeous, the Easter egg is really fun, but at the launch, the Easter egg was buggy as shit. And speaking of the Easter egg being buggy as shit, that's something else I probably should have mentioned, but I'm going to mention it here. When Black Ops 4 came out, it was an absolute mess. Your game was literally always crashing. You couldn't complete any of the Easter eggs.
Okay, use it.
Shock him. Or...
I don't think we need to shock him. I mean, I'll just do it just in case, but...
Oh yeah, the orb's there.
Okay, cool.
Fuck. That is bullshit! That is fucked!
How'd you both go down?
I don't know! Oh my fucking god. Daniel, middle name, I swear to fucking
God. He's walking in place, his computer crashed, he's walking in place.
No, I'm still here.
Oh.
God,
I think this is actually a BO4 moment.
No, this is not
PC.
This is a fucking internet moment. Oh my
what
fucking
do you mean it's
god.
my fucking internet?
There's no way.
I'm stopping the recording. 3 hours. 9 glitched out when you try to beat the Easter egg. Blood of the Dead glitched out when you try to beat the Easter egg. The game literally crashed when you try to do the Easter egg for Classified, but I'll get to those maps when I get to those maps. But again, 9's Easter egg, when it came out at launch, was buggy as shit. You had to hope and pray that you actually completed the Easter egg and one of the steps didn't fail. That's the only bad thing about it, is that when the map came out, there were some flaws. Also, when the map first came out, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but the Tigers literally could one-shot you. The Tigers, when they did their pounce attack, if it hit you, it literally one-shot you. So they had to nerf the Tigers because of how damn broken that was. But after they fixed the glitchy Easter egg and after they nerfed the tigers, the map itself was an absolute masterpiece. They actually fixed things that needed to be fixed. Props to Treyarch where it is due. And like I just mentioned, all of these reviews of the map are going to be just short, quick little reviews. I'm not going to be going over the map more in depth because I did make a whole video explaining every single map, which you should check out, me ranking every single zombies map. This is more so just me talking about and going over the maps as a whole, because I'm going over Black Ops 4 and why Black Ops 4 was truly a mess. Then we get Blood of the Dead. And Blood of the Dead is a worse Mob of the Dead in basically every single way. It's the first Aether storyline map that we've gotten in years, and fans were really excited for it, really pumped up for it. And then all the good things about Mob of the Dead, they took away with this map. The bridge, which I understand why they had to take away the bridge, but again, they still took it away. They took away the downed system that Mob of the Dead have and replaced it with a shield, which was interesting to say the least. They opened up a new area, Richthofen's lab, but no one cared about that. You know, you basically spawn in there and then you never go back. They added the Magmagat, which I guess that's the only good thing that they added. The Magmagat is really cool and really good. But just every single decision they decided to make just made the map worse. It's just a worse Mob of the Dead. And when you decide to remaster a map like Mob of the Dead, a map that's considered a top 5 map, some people's best map of all time, you have to make it at least on the same level as that map. And when you make it worse to the map, you've literally now doomed this map from the start, because just like what I'm saying right now, everyone's just going to say that this map is a worse Mob of the Dead. That's pretty much what everyone thinks of this map. It's a worse Mob of the Dead with arguably the second worst Easter egg. To a lot of people, the worst Easter egg. I just hate Voyager's Easter egg because my friends always made me do that shit. I had to hard carry them through that Easter egg. Mob of the Dead Easter egg, garbage. Absolute garbage. Not to mention, it's still buggy. Me and my friends go back and try to do the Mob of the Dead Easter egg. It still glitches out on you.
No, this is not
PC.
This is a fucking internet moment. Oh my
What do you mean
fucking
it's my
god.
fucking internet?
They still haven't even patched that shit. So good luck doing that Easter egg. Stupid Easter egg. Absolute moronic Easter egg. And it's just worse than worse than Mob of the Dead in literally every single way. Finally, we get Classified, another Aether storyline map, which was actually really fun. They remastered 5 and actually decided to make it better. The only kind of L on the map is they did get rid of the Pentagon Thief, which I would have liked the Pentagon Thief. He was a fun challenge. But they brought back the Winter's Whale. They actually made it good finally. They took you to Area 51 in Moon where you pack a punch. That was a really cool system. This was actually a good way to remaster a map. Everything that everyone said was bad about 5, they fixed it, they made it better. This was actually a better 5, and that's why I ranked it higher than 5 in my rankings. Classified was the fun little survivor map that they decided to tack on at the launch map of the game, just kind of like the Giant was, or Nuketown was in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. The only issue with Classified is it did have an Easter egg, and its Easter egg was literally get to round 150, which sounds tedious, but you know what? That's whatever. Get to round 50. The only issue is when the game came out, most people's consoles, the game literally crashed when you got to round 90. One of my good friends, Josh, he attempted to do the Easter egg, and the game literally crashed on round 96 for him. So, for a lot of people at spawn, they couldn't even beat the Easter egg because their game crashed before they can even get to round 150.
No, this is not
PC.
This is a fucking internet moment. Oh my
What do you mean
fucking
it's my
god.
fucking internet?
Imagine spending 8 hours to get to round 96 and then your game literally crashes on you. So you can't even do the Easter egg because the game doesn't even let you. The game literally can't handle you getting to round 150 on Classified. So when the game first came out, we had these 4 maps, and we had Voyage, one of the worst maps of all time, 9, one of the best maps of all time, Mob of the Dead, which was a worse, or Blood of the Dead, which was a worse Mob of the Dead, and Classified, which was a better 5. So we got 2 really good maps at launch, and 2 really bad maps at launch, but regardless, all of the maps had issues, and all of the maps were buggy at launch as well, to go along with this whole new system that everyone was like, wait a second, why did Treyarch decide to change all these things? Wait a second, why do I gotta pack-a-punch my gun 5 times just to get double tap? Wait a second, there's no crutch perks, but I'm literally gonna run Dying Wish every single time because there's no reason not to, because it's the best perk in the game. Then, a few months after the game came out, one random day, they dropped Dead of the Night. Randomly, most random thing I've ever seen. Treyarch literally dropped Dead of the Night with 0 marketing whatsoever. The trailer for it came out at the same time that they dropped the map. I don't get what they were thinking. Maybe even Treyarch knew that everyone wanted the Aether storyline, because like I said, when this map came out and it was Chaos, everyone was pissed. Everyone wanted Aether. No one could have given a shit about this Chaos story map. They wanted Aether. So Dead of the Night came out. Again, this map, incredibly buggy, really buggy at spawn. It still is a little buggy to this day. And it gave us arguably the worst cast of characters of all time. I dare you to name the entire cast of characters. Name them. I can name the cast of characters for any single Zombies game ever. Treyarch. Every single Treyarch Zombies game. I can name the entire cast of characters. I can name the entire Victus crew. I can name everyone on 5. I can name everyone, obviously, on Aether storyline. I can name them all. I can think of every single character. Even Mob of the Dead with Sal and Weasel and Finn. I can name all of them. The only map I can't name, I couldn't tell you a single character on Dead of the Night. I couldn't tell you a single character on Dead of the Night. They are all so bland and boring and just, they don't matter at all. There's literally Peppa Pig, there's a cowboy, there's a butler, and there's a lady. I couldn't tell you any of their names. I think Godfrey is actually the butler's name now that I'm thinking about it. Just such an unforgettable cast. Now, Dead of the Night surprisingly was the map that I got the most hate on. I had about like 10 comments saying that I criminally underrated Dead of the Night. And you know what? If you like Dead of the Night, that's great. I understand that people like it because it's unique and it's different from the zombie storyline, and it gives you this whole different like medieval feel with the vampires and the werewolves. But I can't look past about how the map was trash when it came out. Absolutely terrible, very laggy, and I can't get over about how when the map came out and when you didn't have these guides yet, god damn, there's like about 40 parts you have to pick up. You have to pick up so many parts for silver bullets. You have to pick up so many, the traps are even parts. The traps are parts. To upgrade the wonder weapon, you have to get a bunch of parts. If you want to get the steak knife, you have to get parts. If you want to get the crossbow, you have to get parts. Hell, even the pack-a-punch machine is parts. Parts. So many damn parts that you have to go pick up, and just so much bullshit that you have to do just to even have a chance because of how difficult the map is, because it swarms you with Nosferatus and werewolves and all the specialist zombies. There's still Blightfathers, there's still specialist zombies. There is just so much shit on this map, and you have to get so many parts to even have a chance at surviving. And you know what? I agree. The atmosphere is great. I love the atmosphere of the map. But dial down the specialist zombies, and don't make me have to get so many damn parts. Don't make me have to be looking up a Rough's guide whenever I want to play this map. I can't play this map for fun. If this is a map you have to be locked into play, and you have to know how to play it. I couldn't give a shit. Why should I when zombies didn't even give a shit about it? They didn't even market this map, so why should have I cared? But then we waited a few more months and got the best map in the game, Ancient Evil. Ancient Evil is a certified banger. I'm pretty sure I have that map in my top 5. Ancient Evil is phenomenal. The setting of Ancient Evil is spectacular, with a godlike theme, with there being Medusa and Zeus, Hercules, all these goated gods in the game. Just the mythology was phenomenal. Pegasus. So damn cool, this map. The atmosphere is great. You have the Oracle that's constantly helping you out and giving you ammo whenever you need, which is phenomenal. You have the Gauntlets, which is just another copy and paste bow, but it's unique and it's really cool, and the gauntlets are all based off a god. You have the Easter egg, which is actually really fun and arguably one of the most fun Easter eggs of all time. The boss fight is incredibly fun as well, with you bouncing around from pillar to pillar, trying to take down the evil man who slayed Medusa. My bad. Perseus, with you trying to take down Perseus, the absolute goat and the villain of the game, who, spoiler alert, actually wasn't the villain, and it was Medusa the entire time. So many cool things that they introduced on this map, and like I said, this map is what actually got people to care about the Chaos storyline, because the ending of this map was really good. It was a really fun ending. They actually tied in the Easter egg to the gameplay as well. It was super fun, phenomenal map. They couldn't have done a better job with this map. What more do I need to say? Great map. But unfortunately with that, then the Chaos storyline ends. We've never gotten Chaos story. Right when people started to care about the Chaos storyline, Treyarch decided never to make another Chaos map again, because they doomed the Chaos storyline from the start. And then we get to Alpha Omega. I think about 6 months after we got classified, so after all the hype from the Aether storyline had died down, and no one cared about the Aether storyline at all, they decided to bring everyone back with Nuketown Zombies. Nuketown. That is the map that they decided to remaster to bring back all the fans who are really hyped about the Aether storyline. Not only that, they also decide to give us slideshow PowerPoints. We aren't even getting full animated cutscenes anymore. They had blown their budget. Again, another example of how this game shouldn't have even existed. It should have been all chaos storyline because they blew their budget and didn't have enough budget for actual animated cutscenes to end off the Aether storyline. Alpha Omega came out, and I hate this map. This map is trash. I truly hate this map. It does so many things just wrong. The specialist zombies, the damn Nova Crawlers that shoot lightning at you, and the Nova Crawlers that make other zombies more powerful suck. I absolutely hate them. They aren't fun at all. They don't reward you, and they're just absolutely tedious. The Pack-a-Punch system, with your Pack-a-Punch randomly going down and you having to clean it, that sucks. Because who liked that on Origins, am I right? The fact that it's literally Nuketown Zombies remastered just sucks. We waited 6 months to get a remastered Nuketown, which was just the Nuketown from Blackout and the Nuketown from the original Nuketown. And then, not to mention, the Wonder Weapon, Raygun Mark II variants. Woo! That's exactly what I wanted, baby. Raygun Mark II variants. It's exactly what I was fucking asking for, am I right? We got a remastered map, remastered Wonder Weapon, slideshow point animations, had to wait 6 months so the story was already dead. We don't even really know what we're doing here. The only cool thing I can really say about this map is, one, the Easter egg is pretty cool. And two, the fact that you can play as all 8 characters, you can play as the Primus and the Victus crew, or the Primus and the Ultimus crew, is really damn cool. I really like that you can play through 8 different characters on this map, and that's a very unique thing. But besides that, the characters and the Easter eggs kind of cool. Map itself is just a bunch of reused assets, and it just sucks. It just doesn't bring you back into. It's not worth the 6-month wait. It was not worth the 6-month wait to get this shit map. And then finally we get Tag der Toten. Tag der Toten as a map itself isn't bad. It's a Call of the Dead remake where they added a new area. It's okay. You know, it's a Call of the Dead remake. Call of the Dead itself is a good map, and it's with the Victus crew. Who doesn't like them? The fact of the matter is that it's the last map of the series. It's where we literally end the Aether storyline. It's where they decide to up and end the story. Tag der Toten. Call of the Dead Remastered. This is truly the map that we wanted to end things on, was a Call of the Dead Remastered. We couldn't have gotten an original map. We couldn't have gotten anything like something like a Rev. Call of the Dead. That's our ending point. And then just the story. How literally they decide to end it all by killing everyone. So instead of getting the Great War map and having an epic battle where we kill the Shadow Man, we instead kill ourselves. And the only people that survive is Maxis and Eddie, and then they go and start the Cold War timeline. Which that itself is also a mess. But we just kill everyone. That's seriously what we had to wait 2 months for? 3 years for, from Black Ops 3 to Black Ops 4? That's the conclusion that we get is, oh, all these characters that you've fallen in love with, they're now dead. And again, maybe I actually would have cared more if I cared about the story and I didn't have to wait 6 damn months from when the Aether story started. Maybe if all of this came out at launch, I would have actually cared about it. The reason that Richtofen's death in Blood of the Dead is so sad is because people were actually hyped up for it. People cared about the Aether storyline then, and that was a very sad moment. Tag der Toten wasn't sad at all. No one gave 2 shits because we had to wait 6 months for it. Longer, I think. We had to wait 8 months for it because it was the last map. We were already unhyped up because you decided to wait so damn long to release it. We'd already lost all of our hype. And then you give us Call of the Dead Remastered, and then you just kill everyone off. I don't get what they were thinking. Not to mention, you want to know the wonder weapons for that map? Thundergun, Wonderwaff, Tundergun. Oh, bunch of reused assets. Thank fucking Christ. Just Black Ops 4, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. If you really like Black Ops 4, you know what? That's your opinion. That's great. I'm not saying you don't have to like Black Ops 4. I'm just explaining why I don't like it. And just all these things that they did that they just didn't need to do. All these dumb decisions that they made that they easily could have made a different decision. But instead decided to go the route that they went, which I think was the worst route. Going back and playing the maps, most of them are now all fixed. They aren't really that buggy. The only map that still is Blood of the Dead.
No, this is not
PC.
This is a fucking internet moment. Oh my fucking god.
What do you mean it's fucking internet?
The maps themselves are fine. Like I said, 9 and Ancient Evil are phenomenal maps. Those are the saving grace of Black Ops 4. I don't ever really see myself playing any other maps. If I do, maybe I'll play Classified, but I just think there's so many better maps that you can play that does what Classified does on a better system, like Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 2 or even Cold War. Ancient Evil and 9 are truly the gems of Black Ops 4, and if these two maps didn't exist, Black Ops 4 I think would be trash. Black Ops 4 would actually be terrible. If you get rid of Ancient Evil and 9, Black Ops 4 is really damn bad. But those two maps that were in my top 10 really saved the game for me. Anyways, guys, that's basically it. That's my Black Ops 4 video. I wanted to just, like I said, I wanted to make this video just to kind of go over my perspective and a hardcore zombies fan's perspective of why exactly did Black Ops 4 fail, and just put together all these pieces of what exactly Treyarch did that really let the game down. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, please leave a comment down below. Tell me if you agree or disagree with my takes, and peace.